Hey, welcome in, Cakers. Today, Rusty Horror, South Park Phone Destroyer, we got the Discount Challenge. All cards cost one less energy. That's pretty self explanatory. So you build a deck and you go out there and you try to knock down 3 bars before your opponent knocks down your 3 bars, and you do that 12 times before you lose 3 times. That's the rules of challenge mode. As you can see, we're sitting right now at 10 wins and 2 losses. We are running an absolutely vicious old world meta deck, one that I enjoyed way back in the day when the game kind of first started in its older roots. And be very, very clear here. It either works or it 100% puts you in a disadvantage. But this is, of course, the swarm range protection deck. You want to go in hot and heavy, but you don't want to go in too hot or too heavy. I don't know. We'll play 2 games here, and we'll see if we can get a good understanding of how this deck rotates. I might want to throw the towel into this deck just to be clear there. The towel might be the person to go with. The opponent, of course, starts out with Dougie Filth, puts down a 3 cast. So many cards, guys. We're definitely not going to be able to commentary this. So as you can see, what I'm setting up with is some range behind some good offensive cards up front. I'm putting in that Stand the Great because we want to keep those attack points down. Of course, if the opponent gets overpowered like they just did there, and we see that they run clean on energy, wants to recycle the Dougie back into the deck, but we got 3 weenies up on the Dougie. So we're able to put the Dougie back in its place, get that first bar, get that second bar, and we're going to crank up there towards the next one. This guy's running double Dougs, Dougies everywhere. Belf is on the butters. I don't know if Belf is going to get to that butter. She sure is. So, of course, Keeney and Heidi on the backside. That's right at 1 minute, my cakers. Let's get into it. It's all about speed in this challenge, and that's why I say, like last week, different setup than this week for sure. But this week we see just build whatever deck you want, whatever you feel comfortable with. Everybody costs 1 less. If you want to build the highest cost deck you possibly feel like you can, and get out there and give it a shot, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it, but that's up to you. To me, I like going super low cost cards, putting in as many 1 cost cards as you possibly can. That's why I say I might rotate one of those weenies out for that towel, but I feel like that towel slows it down. But anyway, my kickers, we'll get into this last match here, or hopefully this last match here. You got Ugmal from Lemmy Winks, and we will see if we can go ahead and take care of 3 bars right quick. We're just going to send Sally up the gut and see if he's going to play a card. He's going fantasy. All right, I can get this. This will be all right. We'll see a fat ass out there, a Cartman. We'll see a couple of other cards that'll be a little bit of a nuisance, but there shouldn't be anything too horrible right now. We've got a level 3 Cartman trying to put the stops on, of course, while Nathan is over there putting the beat down on. Chickens everywhere, but you got Terrence and Phillip marching up to the NK. We're just overwhelming the opponent right now is the idea, because everything is so cheap in this deck. You could just keep throwing it right back out there. You could just keep pushing it right there. You get up on the new kid, and you just keep charging cards into them. Everybody's protected. Everybody's well white lined, and then you just keep sending in the weenies. You're right back to I got that giant cannon in the background again, and then you just keep charging them in, my cakers. It's overwhelming. The opponent typically can't do too much. Right now I'm in that position where I really want that 3rd bar, so I'm pushing hard. I could have waited back just a little bit to let that energy count up just a little bit more, but I believe that if we keep marching forward, we could see a significant change in field position, and we can maybe grab that next bar. The opponent is utilizing a good meta here in my opinion. That Stand the Great is key here, guys. You see a lot of people running Som in this particular challenge. But for me, that Stan the Great is definitely the one who's getting the job done. We want to wait here just a little bit for that Aerostorm. Clear out some of these back end cards so we could push in some of the hot and heavy cards. We say good game to our opponent as well. Well played, man. And then we get up in there with them swarm cards, my friends. That's the idea. And that's why I said it either works or it doesn't. You can underwhelm or overwhelm yourself by over energy committing and over energy consumption. But as you saw there, I was rotating cards right back into the same mix as cards were sitting out and dying off left and right. Um, I'm wondering if I can maybe go into a sci-fi meta and use hyperdrive here, like use orange and red. But see, you like the blue because of the field clear specials out there. But anyhow, my cakers, that's 12 cards, 12 wins, 2 losses. Um, we'll open up all these packs here, and then we'll just go over really quick and showcase the deck. See how everybody's doing with their challenges. I hope you guys are having a good time with your challenge mode today. That was my first run through, and we'll definitely give it another go as the day goes by and into tomorrow, of course. I remember when we did this challenge in the past, I recycled and farmed it. It was just quite a fun challenge. I like the matches that last a short amount of time. It takes you 15 or 20 minutes to run through challenge mode, and then you can get right into your rewards and get right into it again. Um, I'm a big fan of the fast matches like that in challenge mode. I do like a hard, tough, quality match. Sweet Towley. I do like a hard, tough, quality match, my cakers, don't get me wrong. But in challenge mode, and especially in a challenge like this where you can just completely overwhelm that opponent and put out the damage and have no answer from the opponent if they don't have that clear card, especially if you're playing a deck that does not have Aerostorm. This deck is so overwhelmingly powerful. The Aerostorm Fireball, like again, if you go into a deck that's orange and red, like I was just talking about, if you go into an orange and red deck, there's no big field wide cleared cards. Those poisons are going to help out and they're going to take down those weenies, but they all cost 1. So in 8 seconds, you're going to be able to put 4 of them, 3 of them right back out there on the field again. Rocking and rolling with that Gizmo Ike, my cakers. A lot of juicy nectar in these packs. I'm telling you, if you got them 50 cash monies to buy into it, come up in here. Get you some epics. Get you some coins. Get you some rare cards. Get you some materials. Get those 12 wins and see what it's all about. I'm definitely going to farm up a bit more on this one myself. This is going to be a fun one. Oh my goodness, we drew a legendary card. My cakers, look at that. Medusa Baby, come out and say, hey, hey. We're going to turn stuff into snakes in level 4 in 4 cards, my cakers. Look at that. Gold coming out of the challenge mode packs. Definitely, definitely worth that free buy-in right there. Red Links, y'all guys are my friends. Nice job, Red Links. So into the last pack, my cakers. I really don't think we could top off the pack that just happened, but we want to collect these juicy people rewards here as well. Let's do it, my cakers. Couple of energy staff, shaman token, get those Nathan, that Freya Jimmy, the Enforcer Jimmy, Cyborg Kenny, Gunslinger Kyle, Officer Bar Brady, some Hallelujah. Get that lightning bolt, my cakers. Deckhand butters. Get that Poseidon Stan. Alright, my cakers, we're going to jump over there into the area where we showcase that deck. Let me just ask you really quick, my cakers, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button for Rusty Whore. If you enjoy the content so far, go over there and click that like button. If you want to come up in here and see all the stuff all the time when I post things, click that little bell button. It'll give you notifications. Thank you so much so far to the cakers out there doing it now, my cake family. Look at this deck. So, 2.9 cost. Very easy to explain, like I said before. You got Terrence and Phillip. That's the clean house. It's going to cost... Everyone is costing 1 less on this. So that 2.9 cost up there, don't let it fool you. So Terrence and Phillip, cleaning house. It's 2 cards that are going to typically centralize on 1 character. You could place them as such so they'll break up and go to different characters, which is even mo clean and mo better sometimes. You got that Stan the Great knocking everybody's attack boost down. In this challenge, with so many weenies, so many people thinking, hey, I'm going to run a tank because it costs 1 point less, so I'll have two tanks or what have you. Like, people dropping 1,000 weenies like I am, you know, like, you definitely want whatever cards your opponent is pushing at you to become weaker if you can. So Stan the Great here for me is linchpin. You will see a bunch of people running the red, blue card sequences, but they're gonna have a stand of mini moons up in that slot. Even at level 1, running stand of mini moons in this challenge is super dank. He's gonna field clear. He's gonna do a business that people are gonna get frustrated with. He's kind of difficult to deal with, but with so many weenies in this deck, it could be overwhelming to even get your Sam on the field. But that's why we have that next card, my kickers. It's a lightning bolt. If you have a trouble unit back there, Sam, Mecha, Belf, you know, she's getting too big, something like that, that lightning bolt's going to be your friend. It's going to take that unit right off the field, aces in your pocket, and you'll be able to continue on your march. The same thing, if you're getting field wide overran with weenies, you've got people who've got a little bit of a low health, you've smacked them a little bit, you've whacked them a little bit, that arrow storm is going to be your friend here. Especially with the amount of weenies you can see rotating into this. Those little assassin weenies are quick in and quick out sometimes. At one cost, you can get them right back out onto the field in just a few seconds. Pirate Ship Timmy. Now, see, this is where I'm curious. I might swap out this Pirate Ship Timmy for Catapult Timmy. Catapult Timmy will run a little bit slower, but he'll stay in the background for a lot longer than this Pirate Ship will, and he'll keep throwing out little tiny rats at people. So, I mean, even though he's moving slower, he might not be getting to that NK quick with the speed that this deck is supposed to highlight a little bit with. You can still run that speed in front of him because he's going to be that ultra clean protection behind you, throwing out those little rat minions and just consistently catapulting stuff at people. So I might swap out that Pirate Ship Timmy for the Catapult Timmy. But honestly, Pirate Ship Timmy sitting in this deck, that big blast damage, as you saw, you can get him up there next to White Line. I think that was in one of the matches I recorded here just a minute ago. You can get him right up there next to midfield White Line, and you can pound away on New Kid. And then you can, just as that bar is about to be taken down from your weenies, you're going to want to tap that charge button. And as it goes into its sequence, the bar flashes back. Pirate Ship Timmy bounces back a few millimeters because he's basically protected from blast. He doesn't lose a life, and he throws out that cannon. Now, if you get Pirate Ship Timmy just over the White Line, he certainly is going to get blasted by that New Kid damage. He's going to bounce back quite a bit farther, and he's going to lose a lot more energy. He might not be able to stay on the field long, but ideally, getting that Pirate Ship Timmy just on your side of the field before White Line, blasting away towards New Kid, clearing out those units that are coming right off, protecting that New Kid, and then of course using that big splash wave damage with his charge to get everybody in the surrounding area and to hit that New Kid for that extra juice. Oh my goodness. Pirate Ship Timmy, I'm almost talking myself out of Catapult Timmy, y'all. But again, right into the Bandita Sally. You just want quickness. She takes out them scissors, she gets to cutting. You want her out on the field, one cost, very fast. You got two weenies from the red area here as well, because you get shields. You get I don't get to touch you sensation. That shield from Butters, protection, it's nice. It's just a nice sequence to have, to be honest. Whether it's protecting one more assassin or whether it's protecting that Terrence and Phillip, whoever it's protecting, it don't really matter, my cakers. What you want to think about is sending them out again and sending them out quickly. Again, this deck is all about speed. It's all about quickness. But the Death Wish there is just so valuable, especially at one cost. Are you kidding me? Princess Kenny's Death Wish at one cost, so valuable. Get her out there on the field, let her die, make those tanky people that your opponent's sending at you pretty worthless for 10 seconds, and then just continue to cut them down with these other weenies. You know, set out those trouble people like that Belf in the background there. Put her behind those people that you're charging in with. Let her and Pirate Ship Timmy hang out in the back and just be protected with these fighters and these little weenie people you're sending up front. That's what that's all about. Belf can grow. She can get bigger. Smuggler Ike, the same thing. We've said it 10 times already in this one here. Such a quick drop and such a quick rotation back out onto the field. As many two cast cards as you can here, guys. Labar Jimmy, he's a walking arrow storm. He's going to clear out all those weenies that the opponent's dropping at you, and he's going to keep marching towards that new kid. So at 4 cost, traditionally, oh my goodness, at 3 cost, hey, you can't complain there at all. And then, of course, 2-drop Heidi turning into 1-drop. That's a fighter girl, runs out there and beats the snot out of you. So my cakers, that's what this deck is all about. Speed crushing. Get up to that new kid as fast as you can, knock him down as quick as you can, and then get over there and get those cards won. That's what you want to do here with this deck, my cakers. Let me do one more thing real quick. I didn't even bother to look. I want to see what a 12-2 and all them losses bars can get you, what kind of a score it can get you. So it puts you down pretty darn low, 284 at 1236. We'll jump all the way up to the top and see 1476 is quite a bit of a possibility to keep improving. The top 10 has some names in there that people will recognize as well. Some noteworthy folks up there getting them high scores today. My cakers and my cake family, thank you so much for stopping by. We might run another little challenge deck video later through the day, showcase some other ones. But to all those that are on that subscribe list, much love, much cake. To the new folks here, click that button, click that like button, give me some love, give me some subscriptions. I appreciate y'all so much for doing it. Y'all keep smoking. Let me see on that flip side, while you bring your towel, don't forget to bring your towel, and always remember, Rusty Horse says, peace, 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 peace.